This is a place.
This is the place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place.
Welcome to This is a Place podcast. My name is Brandon, and I'm here with the only surviving member of the Orange Bang marketing team, Nate.
The only surviving member?
Yeah, I haven't seen any ads except for the ones you give to me.
Oh, I'm probably the only advocate of Orange Bang lately. So,
I've had Orange Bang, but you reintroduced me to it. So I've had a lot more since we've been in contact.
it used to be a little more visible growing up, but not as popular as it definitely was back in the 80s and 90s. Wish it would make a comeback.
Our avid listeners are not going to be strangers to us talking about Orange Bang, though. I think we talk about it every 5 episodes at least.
At least. My saying is that if you've never had Orange Bang, give it a try because it will change your life forever.
It's a great saying.
But anyways.
Yeah, it's fitting for our topic today, so I guess it's worthy of us bringing it up again, right?
It's always worth bringing it up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, Orange Bang can be found at the location we're covering today.
Yeah, I think almost every location of this brand carries it. What are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about holiday oil.
Yeah. Well, here in Utah, I think you've got Holiday Oil, which is a Utah-based company, and the other one would be Maverick, right?
Yeah.
And I think everything else outside of that is either just a mom and pop shop or it's a national brand gas station.
What about the Smiths and Harmon's gas stations?
But Smith's is owned by Kroger.
True.
Which is national. So that's true. Harmon's, I think, is a Utah brand. So maybe 3.
But those don't have the convenience store like a Holiday or a Maverick do. They've got the kiosk. But is there anywhere you can go into for a Harmon's? No, right? Because you just go to Harmon's.
They have the attendant outside, right, that you can pay. But I don't think they sell anything outside of gas, right?
Yeah.
But when you go to a Smith's location, they do have goodies you can buy. We're talking about a convenience store, not necessarily a gas station. Because Holiday Oil, if you're talking about the gas station aspect of it, it would be national because you got Sinclair and Chevron that they do their gas with. But we're talking about the convenience store. But before we dive into Holiday Oil, we, as always, like to talk about some of the reviews.
Indeed. As there are many locations of Holiday, I picked reviews from the 2 we frequent the most to have a little bit of a variety. Vicky said, with a 1 star, "They are very unhelpful. I purchased a car wash at the pump because it said it comes with a free towel. I went inside to get the towel and was told that they only give free towels if you purchase inside. I said, okay, I would like to return my car wash so I can purchase it inside. Then I was told I can't return car wash. I guess they have lost another customer."
How do you return a car wash?
I don't know.
Do they go outside and throw dirt on it?
Ray gives it a 3-star review, and he goes on to say, "I don't make a lot of money, so I oftentimes will pay in change." He goes into the holiday, said he was kind of between paychecks, and says, "Hey, do you mind some change?" To my amazement, she replies, "Yes, I do. Why don't you go try somewhere else? Do they have a Coinstar or something?" Now, I even came up short before, and the other girl paid my balance. It was only like 50 or 60 cents. Gotta love this location, and lots of people I know go here. Roommate, landlord, girlfriend, all neighbors. I'm gonna turn and walk to a 54 South. Holiday when I see that young lady at the counter. I'm about peace and happiness, but that girl just ruins my day now. Ugh. I know you a 5-star, but as long as she's there, I give you 2.
Ouch. Just takes one person to spoil it all.
I would give them 5 stars for sure if they're paying 50 or 60 cents of my tab. That's a lot more than the take a penny jar.
Right. Take a penny. One thing I've always wanted to do, whether it be a Holiday Oil or any C-store for that matter, is to go grab something that's you can buy a kind of a larger quantity of, say bubble gum, that's like 25 cents a piece or something, and put the bubble gum up on the table and say, how much is this? And then they say 25 cents, and then I pull out a pocket of change and say, how many can I get for this many? And have them count it out for me. So
you should do that at this location. Well, probably not at this location.
We'll do that
actually.
for our YouTube channel when we get that up and running.
We already do have a YouTube channel up and running.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we have one whole video on there.
A whole video?
Yeah.
Wow.
A whole 3 minutes.
And we have a whole 3 views?
What?
How many views do we have?
We have like 10.
10 views?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I've watched it a couple times.
Have we got a royalty check from YouTube yet?
No, we have to meet certain tiers before we can start getting royalties. So we need subscribers and a certain amount of hours of people watching it.
What is it?
I already looked into it.
So comment below.
Maybe we should be recording this because then we can throw it on YouTube.
Yeah. Double dip.
You gotta get your studio up and running now.
Yeah.
Then we can have some serious quality.
Yeah, what Brandon's talking about, I do have a small unfinished room in my basement that I could finish into a media room. That's the dream for now.
See, now we can tell our guests, oh, COVID, like, let's just do Skype, that's probably the best way. In all reality, we just don't have a location where we can invite someone in and be like, oh, look at our whole setup with our soundboard and our videos and mics. There's a lot of great podcasts out there that have the setup, but we are not quite there. Doesn't mean we're not a great podcast, but we can hide behind the COVID wall for now.
Well, we are still Utah's #1 podcast.
Yes.
Voted by your mom.
Right.
So.
Shirts to come soon.
Shirts on its way.
Let's do a couple more reviews. I like Keith's that you found. It's a gas station, but they do sell Done for Donuts.
That's very important.
It is very important. I've got many a Done for Donut holiday.
Oh, absolutely. That was a thing I did almost on a daily basis in high school. On the way home from school, was stop by the gas station and get a Done for Donut. Chocolate cake donuts. Can't beat those.
Throw one of those in the microwave and you're set, man.
In the microwave?
Yeah.
You like them?
You never tried it in the microwave?
Probably. I think I have, yes, but it's not what I like to do. I actually had one today that I did not throw into the microwave.
Oh.
I do like Travis. Gave it 3 stars. Says convenient location. Isn't that crazy that a convenience store is in a convenient location?
Still only gets 3 stars though.
Yeah. It must not have been that convenient.
Semi-convenience store. They don't have a ton of reviews, so I guess we can finish with this last one. Jason says 4 stars, very good service. I actually like the way they always try to upsell by offering you something that is relevant to the items being purchased. Friendly, smiling faces. I got upsold yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they try to upsell?
I don't look at it as upselling. I look at it as they are offering you something. You're buying one thing, and there's a deal where if you get another one of that thing, you get a better deal out of it, right?
Right.
So I bought Dr. Pepper cream soda yesterday. Sorry, that'll make you feel a little sad.
It's true, but sorry, we're going to have to go off a little tangent here, but what were your thoughts on I've heard mixed reviews on the Dr. Pepper cream soda.
I'm kind of going through a no soda phase, so it was actually for my wife. But I did take a sip of it, and I found it to be pretty good.
Because the complaints, I guess, complaints I've heard is that Dr. Pepper already has, 32 flavors in it? So it's just like adding another flavor to the mix, and it's just not getting the reviews that I would have thought they would have had.
I mean, I can see that, but I thought it was good. You can tell that it's the cream soda, so.
Interesting. So, anyways, back to our subject at hand.
So I bought one of them, and the guy said, hey, if you get one more, you get 2 for $3. So, yeah, that's a good deal. I wouldn't say an upsell.
That's what I'm saying. I don't call that an upsell. I think that's somebody saying, hey, man.
And I'm paying more, probably.
Right.
Because I'm getting 2.
Right.
But if I get just the one, and I come back tomorrow...
But per unit, you're paying more. So he's trying to save you money. He or she's trying to inform you of the deal. So it's not like... Hey,
I'd hope everywhere does that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you don't know of the sale going on, and you're like, oh, great. So if I buy another one, it's only an extra couple pennies. Let's do it. It's not like they're saying, hey, you got a cream soda Dr. Pepper. You know what goes good with that? A large popcorn.
I might appreciate that, too. That would be an upsell.
To me, that's an upsell.
That's a good upsell, though.
You know, like when you go to McDonald's and they want to supersize you.
See, I wish that they would...
That's an upsell.
Yeah, an upsell there for sure. But what I don't appreciate about most fast food places is I'm a person that will get a sandwich and a fry, but I don't usually get a drink.
Right.
So just be upfront. Tell me, yeah, it's going to be like a better deal. You get the drink, or if you do this combination, like that never happens. I've had only maybe 1 or 2 times my whole experience going to fast food that they've said, oh, do this. This is actually going to be a better deal.
Like get the combo and not do the drink?
Yeah, like they're saying do this, and this is actually going to be cheaper. Like you're making it too complicated, which... That could be a whole nother thing, is my anxiety of when I go through drive-thrus, and my wife will attest to this. I do a very bad job of it, but I'm trying to find a good deal, but generally I'm making it harder, and I'm losing money by just not getting the drink. So please upsell me is what I'm saying.
And help you. Not necessarily
help
upsell,
me.
But help you.
Yeah.
Get the best value for your buck.
Well, thanks for helping me get that value with my cream sodas, my Dr. Pepper cream sodas holiday. Appreciate it.
So you went back and got another one?
Yeah. He told me, and I was like, sure, let's do it. And then I just ran back and grabbed another one.
There you go. Good job, Holiday Oil.
I actually think, now that I'm talking about it, Holiday Oil is probably the place I frequent the most out of any other...
C-store?
Any store, for that matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I go there probably 3 to 4 times a week lately.
I would say Smith's is one I go to frequently.
How many times do you go to Smith's a week?
At least twice a week. But lately, for C-store stuff, I've been going to 7-Eleven a lot.
Oh,
They've
no.
had some. They have the app. We'll get it. Holiday Oil has their app now too. Maverick has. All of them have their apps now, but 7-Eleven has been doing a lot of crazy stuff in their app. Where this summer they started off giving you like 7 free drinks.
Oh,
so
man, I never got my free Slurpee.
Yeah, and plus they had the free Slurpee in July, which I forgot to get as well. But right now with 7-Eleven, if you have their app, you can get a large Big Gulp, not the extra large, just the regular Big Gulp, the original Big Gulp, with the app for like 49 cents. And they have a little bit, some 7-Elevens do, have a little bit more variety of the non-carbonated drinks on their fountain, compared to some other stores where basically you either get lemonade or Powerade, and you can only have so much lemonade and Powerade before you're just done. So we know the 7-Elevens to go to, and it happens that the 7-Elevens by our house don't have the choices that we want. So when we're out and about and we pass a 7-Eleven, we know that has something on the fountain that we can drink. We hop in and get a 49-cent Big Gulp. But that will be going away soon.
That's a a further drive for you than Holiday, because Holiday is the closest one to you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
But
we
you go out of the way to 7-Eleven.
Right. We actually, when we do our nightly walks, walk by a Holiday Oil almost every night.
The most appropriate, well, never mind, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something really stupid. So it's known as Holiday Hill, right?
Is it?
Have you never heard of that?
Mm-mm.
The one right by your house. It's always called Holiday Hill. I'm like, that's the most perfect place because they call it Holiday Hill, but then there's a holiday. But now I'm realizing the reason they call it Holiday Hill is because there's a holiday at the top of the hill.
I've always called it the water tanks.
Yeah, the
hill.
water tanks.
Because there's a lot of Holiday Oils out there, so I wouldn't know which one you were talking about if you said Holiday Hill. But it makes sense. But I probably will start start going to Holiday Oil more that I've downloaded their app. I just barely did
app.
it. We went about a month ago, we went and tried the Freeze? What are they called?
Frazil.
Frazils. And that's when I learned that they had the app or the rewards program, because you pulled it out.
So I got to take advantage of your rewards that day because you didn't have it yet.
Yeah, just scan yours, Brandon. And then I think about 2 weeks ago, after playing volleyball with some friends, we went over and he's like, "Oh, I get the Super Swigs for $1." And I'm like, "How? Like, you have some connection?" He's like, "No, I have the app." And I'm like, "Oh, duh." So I'm like, I just got to sign up for this dumb app. And part of the reason I do like Holiday Oil is for the fact, as we mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, is they have Orange Bang. They have Orange Bang, and then most of them have horchata, which I love. The Olay is the Orange Bang brand of horchata, and they'll have something else on there as well. So you got 3 choices for non-carbonated drinks, plus the whole fountain system if they have the lemonade and Powerade and that stuff. So there's a lot of options at Holiday Oil for somebody like me who is a recovering sodaholic. So go Holiday Oil. But once the 7-Eleven 49-cent deal goes away, you betcha I'll be at Holiday Oil all the time.
Good, because this was almost turning into a 7-Eleven boosting episode. Good thing that Holiday Oil isn't sponsoring us, because they would be real ticked off right now.
Right. But I did find a 7-Eleven in Draper off of the Bangor Highway and I think Highland. 7-Eleven up there has Orange Bang.
Really?
Yeah, but that's quite a drive to save. I'd spend more in gas getting over there, but...
I could see you justifying that, though. With your love of deals, you might be like, just for the thrill of the deal.
Throw the deal, drive all the way out there.
I would definitely judge you for that, though.
But we played pickleball out that way quite a bit, and so when we do go to the Draper Courts, we head up the hill to grab the Holiday Hill to grab. And the funny thing is, you know what's across the street? A Holiday Oil.
Oh,
across the
in
street
Draper?
in Draper.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a Holiday Oil.
And I bet they have Orange Bang there, too.
I bet you they do. That's maybe why they installed... Well, I know the owner of both those stores. So I bet you that's part of the reason why he has Orange Bang.
So why do you know so much about Orange Bang?
I know so much about it because it was in the movie Better Off Dead. Just kidding. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Better Off Dead? Better Off Dead, when he's in the restaurant. I think it's when he's having his little daydream. Is it a daydream he's having? It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
He has a lot of those.
Anyways, in when they're in the restaurant, you can see the Orange Bang bubbler.
Because that scene's filmed in Utah?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's another one we gotta do.
I'm pretty sure it was in Utah. But the reason why I worked, probably back in 2002-ish, I worked for a company called Bick & Sons, which was the distributor for Orange Bang here in Utah. And alongside that, we also delivered to Holiday Oil a lot of their products for stuff outside of Orange Bang, like hot dogs, condiments, paper towels, stuff like that. So I got to know most of the Holiday Oil locations in Utah because delivered to them weekly. and also sold Orange Bang product to them. And I also outside
We
of
upselling
Hollywood,
them.
yeah, I tried to upsell them, but I also sold the Mexican Olay brand stuff to the Mexican restaurants in the valley. So I went around and tried to get people to sign up for the horchata. Well, if you go to their website, you can click on a history tab, and it says, since 1964, Holiday Oil has been serving the state of Utah. We have grown to over 50 locations. I think we saw that was 58
At
locations.
least.
Our roots have always been in providing excellent customer service and employees you can trust. Like we just talked about, Brandon now trusts their employees because they upsold him. So it says, from the humble beginnings, the Wagstaffs built their first location and called it Wagstaff Oil Company. From that point, it was only up. Falling in love with the great people of Salt Lake Valley, the Wagstaffs began opening more and more locations into what you now see today. Over the years, the company has grown, but its roots have always stayed the same. The company is still a privately held company that employs over 500 people. The Wagstaffs are still heavily involved in the day-to-day operations. Their office, if I remember, it's about 2100 South and 3200 West. It's like literally off of the 201. You can see the building if you've ever been there. So they're not too far away. But it's something interesting about, if you go to the website and the history page, it talks about when they opened up in 1964, just like what was going on in the world.
Different times back then. Different prices, I think, is the biggest thing that sticks out. The cost of a home in 1964 was $20,500. That would have been nice.
You can't even now buy a brand new trailer, like not like a trailer park, but like a camping trailer for $20,000. Actually, that you can, maybe a 15-foot trailer, but you could buy a
The
house.
ones you have to crank.
Sure. I think even like a nice like pop up. But I think the median price for a house right now is around the $380 range, $385.
Wow.
So it's gone up a couple bucks.
Gas is back then was 54 cents. I don't feel like it's gone up. Well, it's a big difference.
Gas has gone all over the place over the last 10 years. I think just as recently as a few months ago, gas almost got below a buck, right?
I think below $2.
Within the last year, I swear it got below, pretty close to under $1.
Really?
It was like $1.25 or something. It wasn't the lowest it's been in the last 10 years.
Either way, that's low.
But Holiday Oil now has a program. I think they have a partnership with Associated Foods that every $100,
Perks.
perks. So you got like Macy's,
Dan's,
Fresh Market. Is that still around?
Yeah.
So places that with Associated Foods that you can, every $100 you spend, you get 10 cents off a gallon, up to $1.
They also have it where with the app or you have the card, you can just scan that and it automatically lowers your prices a little bit. One of the biggest draws people in the reviews we're talking about is you would get 6 cents off if you paid in cash. And I think what you do with the app is probably the same as what that cash discount was. That as long as you're using the Club Holiday, you get that much off. So I only go to Holiday these days for my gas. Definitely different times though. 1964, when Holiday first began operations. So one thing that's always been interesting to me about Holiday Oil is their logo.
Who doesn't love clowns?
Don't know who loves clowns.
Maybe that's a better question. Who likes clowns?
I don't necessarily have a...
I know Georgie doesn't like clowns.
I wouldn't say I hate clowns. It's interesting. I heard this, I don't know if it was a podcast or what it was, but they were speculating about when everybody started hating clowns. And they found a correlation between when that outer space clown movie came out Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Yeah. When that movie came out, everybody started hating clowns.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with it? It had nothing to do with it.
I think Killer Clowns came out before. See, it didn't come out till 1990. So Killer Clowns came out first.
Well, the book, 1986.
The book, right, but having the book, you weren't seeing creepy
Right. People don't
Tim
read,
Curry, right?
Right. But people don't read books when you can watch a movie. They wait till the movie comes out, right?
Exactly. So when that came out, everybody started getting scared of clowns.
Well, right. Well, you had Killer Clowns, and a couple years later, you have the It movie comes out. So it was kind of a...
We won't dismiss Holiday Oil for their logo choice because when they chose it, it wasn't a scary thing. But now I wonder, when people see that, if it has a...
negative...
Yeah,
impact.
some kind of negative marketing impact if people won't go to it because they're scared of clowns. You commented that you didn't feel it had as much of a presence anymore. Like they were almost trying to distance themselves from the clown.
But it just seems like they're trying to... I mean, their older gas stations were very colorful, right?
Yeah, lots of colors, right?
I just don't feel like they're doing that as much.
The colors are much more muted and modern looking, which I think is a step in the right direction, but they do still have the clown logo on top of it.
But it'd be interesting to find out why they chose a clown as their logo or mascot. At least they have a mascot, right?
At least, yeah. So we've already talked about the reason you love Holiday with Orange Bang. I gotta tell you why I love Holiday, and that is the Frazils. We already touched on it a little bit, but Frazils are my favorite thing.
Well, when I worked at Bick & Sons, we actually were the distributor of the... I don't think they called them Frazzles back then. I think they were just called Slushies. So, same concept, but I wonder if it's still the same distributor or if maybe they got a new partnership with somebody else and they changed the name to Frazzle. But
Well, Frazil is located in Utah. It's a Utah company in Draper. And I don't know how long they've been Frazzles.
interesting.
But I looked them up and found a funny review I wanted to share. And I actually share the same sentiment with this individual. Emma says, gave me a weird headache and made me dizzy, almost died. This happens to me every single time I drink a Frazil. I get a weird look in my eye, my head goes a little fuzzy, but I still keep coming back for them.
To me, it's like when I drink something like that too fast, or something too cold, it's like just the side of my mouth just goes numb, like in a painful numb.
It goes right to my
So
head.
it's like kind of like the brain freeze, but it's not, and it hurts.
Well, Frazil is great because they have many different flavors. They got your tiger's blood, they got the blue razzmatazz, they've got the Georgia peach, and lemon ice are the consistent ones I find at about every holiday. This summer, though, they had a lemon berry, which was amazing and sold out way too fast, and now I can't find it anywhere.
Really?
And you tried it, right? What did you think?
It tasted like raspberry lemonade, frozen raspberry lemonade.
Disappointing. It was something extra special to me. And now it's gone. So if you're listening, Frazil, please bring back the lemon berry slush. And I also can't find the green apple anywhere, so I'd really like to try that one. Another thing consistent throughout the reviews is people really like the popcorn at Holiday for some reason. Have you tried their popcorn?
It's been a while. I mean, there is the location pretty close to our house, and I've gone over there and when we've rented a Red Box or something and gotten a tub of popcorn. But to me, it's nothing crazy. I have a popcorn machine at my house and it tastes the same to me.
Well, not all of us have a popcorn machine at our house, Nate.
How do you not have a popcorn machine in your house?
Well, I've got a microwave.
And they have one, so I have a popcorn machine, but before that, because I love popcorn, Just love popcorn.
So you'd be the authority on this matter.
So yeah, I like popcorn. I do like when you go to the movie theater and fresh popcorn's great, but I love popcorn when it's like a day old-ish, or at least a few hours, to where the butter has like soaked into the popcorn. So that's...
I got some popcorn right here if you want
some. Microwave popcorn? That's also good too.
It's been sitting for a couple hours if you want to try some.
I'm good.
Do you like kettle popcorn?
I do.
It's kettle.
No.
Okay.
I'm good. So sometimes if I know like the next day I'm going to want popcorn, I pop it the night before so that it's awesome for when we watch.
Nice and cold.
Yeah.
Nice and room temperature popcorn.
Day old popcorn is what I like. So I'm sure holiday oil, and maybe that's why people like it too, is that it's probably rare that you go there and it's fresh. Popcorn at Holiday Oil.
You know what else people like is the free air that they offer.
Yeah.
I thought everywhere offered free air.
There used to be a commercial on the radio talking about like how things are getting expensive. And like, you got to pay for air, at the gas station. So yeah, they usually, not the funny thing, but they do have the machines, like a lot of the C stores or the gas stations will have the air pumps that you pay like $1 or something, but it has the gauge on it, so you know when the pressures that you need is full. But so Holiday Oil, a lot of them have that, but they also have just a compressor there that you can use.
You have to pull out your own gauge though.
Yeah, you have to have your own gauge. But I thought that was awesome. It's a smart idea too, because it gets you to their location, and maybe you'll pop in and buy a Dr. Pepper and find out that you can get 2 for cheaper. And so
I've gone to Holiday so much for the free air. My wife's car has had a lot of tire pressure problems, so I've spent a lot of time at Holiday Oil for the free air.
Thanks, Holiday Oil.
Thanks.
You can also just go to Discount Tire and they'll check it for free as well.
But not 11 o'clock at night.
Another good thing about Holiday Oil that I like, the one by Brandon's house, is they have the self-serving, or do you call it self-serving? Or the manual car wash? The one that you can, what do you call those? Just self-serve bays?
I guess so.
Great. The wands.
Yeah.
The car wash wands. So they have 2 or 3 of those, but they also have the automatic wash if you want to do that. But for the last couple years, it was $1 for like 5 minutes worth of the car wash. They've raised it to $2, which still isn't bad, but I used to, every time I was just swinging by, I'm like, might as well wash my car. So I do like that about Holiday Oil, is that most of them have a car wash. Just make sure that if you want the free t-shirt, that you go inside and pay for the car wash.
Free t-shirt.
Did you read that in the review?
It's a free towel.
Oh, free towel, sorry.
Why would you get a free t-shirt?
Oh, towel, t-shirt. What's the difference?
You could make a t-shirt a towel, I guess.
Makes more sense to have a towel. And a lot of them too, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have like a big barrel bucket of like soapy water with a brush, so that, because a lot of times you go through those automatic washes, they don't do that great of a job because it has to be really scrubbed, but you can use that brush to kind of pre-clean your vehicle before going through the car wash. So I like that aspect of Holiday Oil.
Can I tell you a secret?
Uh-oh.
One time I used just that and then drove away and didn't get a car wash.
That sounds like there used to be a show on one of those cable channels that was called like the Cheapskate or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then a guy would do that. Same thing, go and wash his...
It only happened once, I promise.
Well, sometimes I'll pull into the self-serve bays, and if somebody's used the brush before and it's full of soap anyways, you're like, I'll just pre-wash my car before I turn on the wand.
Yeah.
So, great. Now we're talking about how dishonest we are.
Oh, no. They're going to come for us.
Yes, they're going to get their $2.30 from us. What else about Holiday Oil?
So this isn't holiday specific because... So some holidays have Chevron and some holidays have Sinclair. But I have to bring up that I love to look for the Sinclair holiday oils because they've got the dinosaur out front.
Yeah, most of them have the dinosaur, right?
And have you noticed as of late what's fun about the dinosaurs?
Wearing a mask?
Well, right now. But usually around holidays they decorate them up. So they do them for 4th of July, for Christmas, for Halloween. As you've come to know me a little bit, these little theming things are what I really appreciate. So I'm always excited to see what they've done with the dinosaurs. Nate's now looking at the careers for holiday oil, so I guess he is looking for a new career path.
Well, I used to work at a convenience store until I found out it was an inconvenience. My cousin got arrested for robbing convenience stores. He used to dress up as Abraham Lincoln, and it was like 4 stores and 7 years ago. But one last memory of holiday oil, when I used to deliver to them, some of the vans that we used to deliver didn't have air conditioning.
Ooh.
So in the middle of the summer, like especially right now, like these last couple of weeks, it's been brutal, right? It's been hovering around 100 degrees, but when it gets really hot. So when I would deliver the product to the holiday oils, the newer locations especially, which most of them have it now, they have the walk-in beer refrigerators or coolers, whatever you want to call them, refreshment center. But I would just go sit in the beer freezer for 5-10 minutes, cool off, get back in the van, drive to the next door, do the same thing. So it is nice. If you're super hot, go grab yourself Frazil, pay for it, and then go sit in the beer cooler, get a brain freeze and a body freeze at the same time.
And I actually have one more memory I just remembered. So what happened is I backed up into one of the yellow cone thingies and tore off my bumper at a holiday oil.
Good for you.
Yeah. You were cooling off in the beer cooler. I was crashing into pillars. So there you go.
Fair enough.
But there you have it, folks. A gas station in the great state of Utah. And that's what we're delivering to you here on the This Is a Place podcast. Thanks for listening.
See you next week. Hope this was convenient for you.